Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about coronavirus and everything regarding the treatment of this pandemic. However, before moving towards the video, you should know that all the informations are up to date as June 2020. In addition, this video is purely for information. Most of the people worldwide in more than 200 countries are aware of this pandemic, which was originally reported in December 2019. The outbreak of disease which has infected nearly more than 8 million of the people, and out of which 0.4 million has died, was in Wuhan city of China. The cause of this outbreak is a novel virus known as the severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. On February 2020, WHO officially named the disease caused by the novel coronavirus as Coronavirus Disease 2019 Covid-19. It belongs to already known class of viruses SARS, causing severe acute respiratory syndrome in 2002. SARS is believed to infect bat and then it was transmitted to secondary host and finally infected humans. Nearly 10% of the infected people died. The route of transmission was respiratory droplets. In 2012, another member of this class caused more or less the similar symptoms and was known as Middle East Respiratory Syndrome MERS. It is believed that the virus this time transmitted from bat to camel and then from camel to human beings after mutation. The route of transmission was also similar, having close contacts and respiratory droplets. It killed nearly 35% of the infected persons, but luckily, infected persons were only 25,000. In 2019, SARS virus mutated and infected the intermediated host, and this time it was pangolin, and then after mutation it is believed to infect first human. Although the link of the earliest infected person to zoonotic virus and animal is not clear yet. However, now we know that this virus has some link and origin to live animal market in China. The biggest concern about the spread of this virus was mortality rate. However, this time we are lucky enough that only 2 to 3% in maximum people after being infected with this virus. Most of the health organizations like WHO believes that the actual fatality may be even less because many of the persons may be asymptomatic. The mode of transmission this time was also similar, that is, close contact with infected persons, respiratory droplets, and touching the surfaces with hands and then retouching eyes and nose and mouth. Comparing all these three outbreaks, we can see a clear pattern that the primary host is bat and then we have secondary host in which mutation can transmit disease to human beings. As far as the transmission is concerned, we are pretty sure that the coronavirus COVID-19 is transmitted by sneezing, coughing, and sharing the stuffs. For example, if person is ill and he touches the door or the keys, then there is chance that when next person touches those surfaces or keys, he may get copies of virus. After this, when he touches mouth, nose or eyes, then he can transfer the virus inside body. Now we're gonna have a look on how the virus enters in the cell. After reaching the alveoli of the lungs, the coronavirus COVID-19 attaches to lung cells called pneumocyte type 2 by S-spike protein on the surface by using angiotensin converting enzyme to receptor internalization. These cells are responsible for production and secretion of surfactants in the lining. The role of surfactant is to reduce the tension of pulmonary fluid and to give elasticity to the lungs. After the attachment, they are internalized in the cells. Inside the cell, the RNA of COVID-19, which is positive sense RNA, uses the host ribosome to prepare different proteins and daughter RNA. Now, we need to convert these proteins into active functional proteins of virus like surface proteins, spike proteins, and other proteins. The conversion of these initial proteins needs some enzymes to make them functional. These enzymes are known as proteases. They convert these proteins into spike proteins and other functional proteins of the virus. Thus, inside our body, positive sense RNA and functional proteins of virus are produced using ribosome of our body and proteases of virus. All these together make viral copies. Hundreds of viral copies are produced by this method. The formation of viral copies will cause damage to the pneumocyte too. They start secreting cytokines. The cytokines attract macrophages to potentiate the immune response. Interleukin and tumor necrosis factor alpha is released. Now, what they are doing, they are increasing the permeability of capillaries and plasma and fluid start to squeeze out and will retain in the interstitial tissue space. These changes result in the development of pressure on the lungs. What further can be the result? Further, some fluid may escape and accumulate in air sacs. All these changes result in increase in surface tension and alveolar sac can collapse. Furthermore, the neutrophils are attracted to the site and complete immune system tries to activate. All these changes in the structure of air sacs, number of immune cells, inflammatory mediators and fluid result in the damaging of the linings of lungs. Cellular debris, as it is always present as a result of immune system, will also be produced in this case. These changes will result in cough. The release of cytokines and decreased oxygen pressure will give signals to heart and tachycardia will produce, which will result in hypertension. The presence of higher concentrations of interleukin will also affect the activity of hypothalamus and this signal will cause increase in temperature. So, now we have developed the typical symptoms like cough, increased blood pressure and hyperthermia. Furthermore, the activities of other vital organs may also be changed due to these changes. We will continue our video in next part. Please have a look on next part. See you.